Rob Font, how's it going?
Man, James, how you doing?
Let's start first with the hair. What's up with this?
Just took it off,
new
bro.
look.
Just
New Rob
took
Font
it
hair?
off. New look. Trying to turn into a different fighter, new character,
Yeah.
But nah, like me and my fiance have been talking about it for a couple, and then we chose the wrong city to do it in. Like it was in Montreal, and it was freezing, but like I just took it off, and it's been so much easier than having the hair and all that. But
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind as well for you to get to this fight in terms of your opponent. Obviously, supposed to fight Dominick Cruz, and I know they were trying to find you an opponent. Take me through how you settled on Gene Matsumoto, how this fight all came to fruition.
yeah, I hope I didn't jinx myself. Like the moment I got the Cruz fight, I was like, all right, cool. Like I knew about it. We had an idea that they were going to get offered Cruz, and then the moment I got the contract, I was like, all right, I just hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't get injured. I hope he makes it through a camp, and then obviously, he gets injured. He retires, which, obviously I'm happy for him. I'm excited to see what he does next. But it sucked. I didn't get to fight, another legend, a veteran in the sport. A guy I kind of grew up watching. When I first got into MMA, I was watching more WEC, and obviously he was one of the guys, the main guys out there. So it definitely sucked that I'm not able to fight him, but it is what it is, like it's these injuries happen so often that like I kind of had an idea that there's a good chance he wasn't making it to the fight.
Was it difficult finding an opponent? Were there other names out there? Like take me through that. How you ended up with.
So they initially offered Rosas Jr.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Raul Rosas. Okay.
Yep, they offered him, and I'm not sure what happened. We said yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but the fight didn't happen, and then Chris Gutierrez threw his name into the mix. I don't think the UFC liked that idea at first, but they were like, you know what, let's throw Matsumoto at him, and then we accepted. Obviously, we sat down and watched his tape and all that, and figured out like, hey, this is a dangerous guy, but it's a good matchup. Like if you look at like who, obviously his style it's completely different from Cruz, but it's gonna be a fun fight. He's straightforward. He's throwing big right hands, big left hooks, and a lot of head kicks. And obviously he's looking for takedowns as well. So a little bit more straightforward than what Cruz would be doing. Obviously he'd be moving a lot, and I believe Cruz probably would have had better timing on his takedowns than him. So I like the matchup. But then again, in the UFC, like all these matchups are tough. But if I had to choose, it'd have been him over the rest of the other monsters out there.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. And then I believe second camp at TriStar right ahead of this one. How was that? Obviously, Calvin had his fight. He was there with you.
Yep.
Who did you get to work with, and how did camp go? And how long were you there too, by the way?
So I believe it was altogether 5 weeks. Camp went great. We were there nonstop every day, twice a day. It's a one-stop shop, from conditioning to pad work to jiu-jitsu to wrestling, all that. And it went great. Eamon helped out a lot. He was one of my main sparring partners. Obviously, Rob Rivas is always holding pads for me. I've been working with him since the first day I got there. And then just following Feroz's lead and the way he breaks things down, and just the way he the way he leads is inspiring. So just obviously camp went great. Just unfortunately had a little last hiccup at the last minute.
Hey, Raul, let's go to a quick one for you. Obviously, you were in Calvin's corner Saturday. What do you think of the performance in the fight?
I think just a funky fight. Zalal had a funky rhythm. Took a while for Calvin to kind of catch up, and I think we just started a little too late.
Obviously, Calvin's on a losing streak right now, but I mean, you've been with him for several years, man, and I guess as a friend, as a training partner, as a teammate, like what do you think he needs to turn his career around?
Yeah, man, I just starting a little quicker. That's all it is. If once Calvin starts a little quicker, he's taking out everybody, and I really believe that. If that Calvin that showed up in the third round shows up in the first round, that fight is completely different. That's all it is really. Just pulling the trigger a little quicker, and you'll see he's gonna start getting these finishes again.
So then I just want to ask you, like, obviously you picked up a win in your last fight, but before that, I'm sure you had seen all the fans talking shit and saying like, oh, Font's done, Font's washed, blah blah blah. and then you go out there, you get a big win. They're like, oh, he's back, he's better than ever. Like, the fans can be very pickety and wish-washy. Just, I guess, did that bug you at all?
No, that's their job. You know, they're supposed to be up and down, and you know, it is what it is. You know, that's what they do. It's like you can tell like the true martial artists or true fans, and then you can tell the guys that are just there, just well, I'm hoping their bet hits. You know, like so. I'm not. I don't take offense to that. That's what happens when you do what we do. You know, it's happens in all sports. It's a lot easier to happen in obviously in our sport, and but that's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. You know, it's just you know like I don't know if the fans like persuaded the odds makers in my last one, but I believe I made a lot of people some money that night.
Awesome, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're known for your jab. A lot of people have said you have one of the best jabs in the UFC. Is that jab-heavy approach something you're going to bring into this fight and just keep as a core part of your game going forward?
100%. You know, it's going to be a lot of lead hand, lead uppercuts, lead hooks from both sides, and just keeping them at bay until I find my openings and going. You know, he's aggressive. He's going to come forward, and I just believe that I for the most part, I feel like I can touch him when I want to touch him. You know, easier said than done, but I do believe I can touch him when I want to touch him.
And what do you make of the bantamweight division right now? You got Merab at the top. Just beat Umar. You got O'Malley kind of hanging around up there. You're clearly up there with the best. Like, what's your outlook?
Man, you know, man, this division is the toughest division out there. It's the most exciting division. There's so many studs in this division. I'm just interested to see how this all shakes out. I figured, you know, fighting a guy like Cruz would have helped me get back into that mix a little earlier, or a little sooner. But you know, it is what it is. You know, I obviously there's a lot of risks to fighting Matsumoto in this fight, and it probably won't do much for me as far as like moving me up when I win, but. You know, I'm just here to fight. I'm here to challenge myself, and I think this fight alone is gonna bring a lot out of me.
Excited to watch.
Thank you. Boom. Let's do this. Thank you.